In this special video, we bring you 10 remarkable stories of Shivaji Maharaj. Like, share, and subscribe as we dive into the incredible life of a true Maratha hero.
In the mid-1600s, a mother's vision gave rise to one of India's greatest kings, Chatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. This is the story of Jijabai, the woman behind the legend. From a young age, Jijabai instilled in Shivaji the values of courage, justice, and Swarajya, self-rule. She believed that India needed a ruler who would stand against oppression and foreign dominance. Jijabai's teachings weren't just about war. She taught Shivaji to respect women, to treat his people fairly, and to always honor his word. Through her faith and wisdom, she nurtured Shivaji's sense of destiny. He would later rise to become the founder of the Maratha Empire, fulfilling the dream that Jijabai envisioned. Behind every great warrior is a guiding force. For Shivaji, that force was Jijabai, the legacy of a mother, the birth of a king.
From a young age, Shivaji Maharaj was more than just a warrior. He was trained to be a just ruler, a king who would protect his people and stand for ethical governance. Shivaji's governance was rooted in equality and justice. He believed that a king should serve his people, not rule over them with fear. He ensured that women were respected, that his soldiers never looted unjustly, and that farmers, the backbone of his empire, were always protected. Shivaji created a fair tax system, promoted local self-governance, and reformed his administration to ensure justice and prosperity for all, regardless of caste or creed. Shivaji Maharaj didn't just conquer forts, he built a just empire. His code of governance became a model for future rulers. Shivaji Maharaj, a king with a vision for justice.
At the age of just 16, Shivaji Maharaj set his eyes on Torna Fort, a powerful symbol of control in the Sahyadri region. With limited resources but unshakable determination, Shivaji Maharaj launched his first major conquest, setting the foundation for the Maratha Empire. Despite the odds, Shivaji Maharaj and his brave soldiers fought valiantly, overwhelming the defenders and seizing control of Torna Fort. This victory marked the beginning of Shivaji Maharaj's journey as a warrior and leader, inspiring hope and strength in his followers. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories of Shivaji Maharaj. In 1666, Shivaji Maharaj found himself in the heart of enemy territory, imprisoned in Aurangzeb's court at Agra. The Maratha king had been invited under the guise of diplomacy, but was betrayed and placed under house arrest. Shivaji knew that escape was his only option. Under tight surveillance, he devised a cunning plan, a plan that would go down in history as one of the greatest escapes. Feigning illness, Shivaji began sending out large baskets of sweets as offerings. But inside one of these baskets lay not sweets, but Shivaji himself, hidden from the watchful eyes of the Mughal guards. As the baskets were carried out of Agra, the guards suspected nothing. By the time they realized Shivaji was gone, he was already miles away. This daring escape humiliated Aurangzeb and proved Shivaji's brilliance as not only a warrior, but a master tactician. Shivaji's escape from Agra became a symbol of his indomitable spirit and unmatched cleverness. The Great Escape, Shivaji's triumph over Aurangzeb. In the mid-1600s, Shivaji Maharaj realized the strategic importance of controlling the coastline, especially with the growing influence of foreign powers like the Portuguese and the British, something unheard of among Indian rulers. Determined to protect his kingdom, Shivaji created the Maratha Navy, commissioning forts like Sindhudurg and a fleet of warships. These ships, manned by skilled sailors, patrolled the Arabian Sea, guarding the Konkan coast. But it wasn't just about defense. With this navy, Shivaji controlled trade routes, imposed taxes, and expanded his influence beyond land. His vision made him one of the first Indian rulers to understand the power of the sea. The Maratha Navy wasn't just a military force. It was Shivaji's way of securing the Maratha Empire's future against European dominance. On June 6, 1674, Raigad Fort was alive with anticipation. The time had come for Shivaji Maharaj to be crowned Chatrapati of the Maratha Empire, a moment that would etch his name into the annals of history. The coronation ceremony was nothing short of spectacular. Shivaji Maharaj was bathed in holy waters collected from 7 sacred rivers, a symbol of purity and divine blessing. He was then dressed in majestic attire, befitting a king. His gold crown alone weighed over 16 pounds. As Shivaji ascended the throne, he wasn't just claiming a title, he was asserting his independence from the Mughals and the Sultanate of Bijapur. By becoming Chatrapati, Shivaji Maharaj established a new era, reviving ancient Hindu traditions and governance. This was more than a coronation, it was a declaration. The Marathas were no longer rebels or mere chieftains, they were a sovereign power, ready to shape the destiny of India. The coronation of Shivaji Maharaj wasn't just the rise of a king, it was the birth of a new vision for the Maratha. Shivaji Maharaj revolutionized warfare in India with his innovative guerrilla tactics, which became the hallmark of Maratha military strategy. Known as Ganimi Kawa, these tactics involved swift, surprise attacks on the enemy, often under the cover of night. Shivaji trained his soldiers to master the rugged terrain of the Sahyadri Mountains, using it to their advantage. They would strike quickly, then vanish into the dense forests or mountain passes, making it nearly impossible for the enemy to retaliate. This strategy allowed the Marathas to defeat much larger armies, including those of the Mughals and the Sultanate of Bijapur. Shivaji's use of speed, surprise, and knowledge of local geography turned the tide of many battles in his favor. Shivaji's guerrilla tactics weren't just about winning battles. They were about outsmarting the enemy and ensuring the survival of his kingdom against overwhelming odds. In 1670, one of the most heroic battles in Maratha history took place at Sinhagad Fort, led by Tanaji Malusari, a trusted commander of Shivaji Maharaj. The fort, crucial for the Marathas, was heavily defended by the Mughal forces. Determined to reclaim it, Shivaji entrusted Tanaji with the mission. Leading a small group of brave warriors, Tanaji scaled the steep cliffs of Sinhagad using rope ladders, launching a surprise attack under the cover of night. A fierce battle followed, with swords clashing in the darkness. Despite being heavily outnumbered, Tanaji fought valiantly. But during the fight, he was fatally wounded. Even as he fell, his men, inspired by his courage, continued the battle and ultimately won. When Shivaji heard of Tanaji's death, he is said to have remarked, "The fort is won, but the lion is lost." This victory was bittersweet, marking both a triumph for the Marathas and the loss of one of their greatest warriors. As Shivaji Maharaj expanded his territories, he realized that a strong kingdom could only be built on the well-being of its farmers. Agriculture was the backbone of his empire, and his vision of Swarajya included the welfare of the peasantry. Understanding the hardships faced by farmers, Shivaji introduced several reforms aimed at lightening their burden. He reduced oppressive taxes and put a stop to the unfair practices that had been choking the farmers under previous regimes. Shivaji's new policies ensured that taxes were based on the actual yield of crops, rather than arbitrary demands. This allowed farmers to pay what they could afford, promoting fairness and stability in the agricultural sector. Shivaji also provided assistance during times of drought or poor harvests. His policies ensured that farmers could rebuild and recover, creating a sense of trust between the ruler and his people. Through his farmer-friendly reforms, Shivaji Maharaj not only strengthened his kingdom, but uplifted the lives of countless farmers, ensuring their prosperity and, in turn, the prosperity of his empire.